Chosen one, what I'm about to tell you may astonish you. If you're watching this now, it isn't by accident. God has guided you here because something monumental is taking shape in your life. Authorities, visible and invisible, are decisively working on your behalf. You are no longer merely an observer, you are becoming a central figure in viral conversations and corridors of influence. You now operate at a presidential level, shouldering divine authority and impact. The prayers you once breathed in private are now breaking forth with unstoppable power. This shift is more than just a change in mindset, it is a spiritual and energetic transformation that will accelerate everything you've been waiting for. Things you once hoped for are now actively aligning into your reality. To fully step into this new role and manifest your destiny, you must understand how this powerful movement works and align yourself with it. This moment is your activation, your ascension into a role ordained by God, where every step you take reshapes the course of history. Before we dive deeper into this life-changing message, take a moment to hit that like button. Subscribe to help us reach 70,000 subscribers and leave a comment with the number 11. This number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. If you are truly a chosen one, you will watch this message through to the end, because your spirit already knows this truth is for you. Now let's get into it. You have been called not by chance or coincidence, but by a force far greater than you could have ever imagined. This call is sacred, a summons to rise beyond the ordinary and to embrace a destiny that shakes the very foundation of your existence. You are no longer simply living life, you are living a divine mission, a purpose etched in the heavens before your birth. To be chosen means you have been seen, recognized, and elevated to a level of authority that surpasses human understanding, a presidential level of spiritual leadership and power. It's a mantle heavy with responsibility, yet bursting with promise. Imagine the weight of this calling, the awareness that your every decision echoes beyond your personal sphere and influences generations yet unborn. History will remember the footsteps you take now. This isn't just about leadership in the mundane sense, but about holding a sacred office where your actions ripple through the fabric of time itself. The very essence of what you stand for is rooted in divine will, and that elevates you beyond worldly rulers. You have been entrusted with the power to manifest justice, love, and transformation in ways that align perfectly with God's grand design. This elevation is not a fleeting moment, but a lifelong ascension. You are being invited to operate with the wisdom of the ages and the courage of the fiercest warriors. To walk this path is to embrace a higher calling where your soul's deepest purpose is realized. It's a call to lead not from ego or desire, but from a place of sacred authority, a place where divine justice and mercy meet. This is your presidential spiritual realm, where your voice is both a decree and a prayer, shaping realities and opening new doors. Look around and feel the invisible currents lifting you, propelling you forward. You are being positioned by powers unseen but undeniable. This divine presidential authority is your birthright, your destiny, and your responsibility. Every challenge you face now is a step towards becoming the leader the world and heavens need. A leader who carries the flame of truth and justice into every corner of existence. This is your moment to rise, to claim your throne, and to govern with the heart of the divine. Finally, know this, you are not alone. The celestial hosts stand beside you, the earthly powers align with you, and your spirit is armed with the strength of the ages. As you step into this elevated role, you become a beacon of hope, courage, and transformation for all who watch and follow. The divine presidency you carry is the living proof that the universe conspires for those who dare to answer the call. There are forces at work behind the scenes more profound and powerful than what the eye can see or the mind can fully grasp. Both earthly leaders and heavenly officials, those invisible guardians and cosmic strategists, are orchestrating events in your favor. This is not simply luck or coincidence. This is divine choreography. Imagine generals in the spirit realm and kings in the natural world discussing your name, devising ways to open doors and break chains that have bound your progress for too long. You are now at the center of a grand movement that transcends ordinary human affairs. When the highest officials mobilize on your behalf, you become a pivot point for transformation. Your challenges are no longer solitary battles, but part of a larger war between light and darkness. It's as though the heavens themselves have sent a task force to ensure your victory. Feel the weight and the honor of this. Your life and mission have garnered the attention of powerful allies, and their support means that nothing can stand in your way without ultimately falling. You are not just surviving, you are being uplifted by an unseen army. This divine intervention is subtle, yet unmistakable. You may notice unexpected breakthroughs, doors opening when all seemed closed, or allies appearing at just the right moment. These are not mere coincidences, they are the footprints of spiritual authority moving in your favor. Earthly officials, from leaders to influencers, may unknowingly play roles in the grand plan, but their actions are divinely inspired to align with your destiny. Your time has arrived, and the heavens have declared it so. Know this, the universe is responding to your prayers and efforts, amplifying your power and presence in ways that defy logic. You are part of a sacred network where every move you make is supported by heavenly wisdom and earthly strategy. This is why you feel the surge within you, the surge of a mission that is bigger than yourself. It is a call to trust, to walk boldly, and to recognize that you are deeply and decisively backed. Finally, understand that your rise is a message to all realms. The heavens speak through your triumphs, and the earthly powers acknowledge your authority. The ripple effect of this alignment will awaken others, shift cultural tides, and herald a new era where divine purpose reigns supreme. You are the nexus where the spiritual and the natural collide, and because of that you move with an unstoppable force behind you. When your name begins to circulate in conversations, debates, and even controversies across the world, it is not by happenstance, it is a spiritual signal. This viral attention is a marker of awakening, a sign that you have stepped into a global arena where your influence is undeniable. The universe has a way of getting your message across in unexpected forms. Sometimes it comes as whispered rumors, sometimes as loud proclamations, but always with the intention of drawing eyes, ears, and hearts to the purpose you carry. This viral debate around your identity and mission serves as a powerful indicator that the collective consciousness is waking up to your role. It stirs emotions, divides opinions, and demands attention. It is a spiritual litmus test, a way for the world to grapple with the profound change you represent. Think of it like a lightning strike that illuminates the darkest skies, forcing people to acknowledge the storm that is coming. Your story is becoming a beacon, a catalyst for collective transformation. Behind the noise and chatter lies a deeper truth. Your mission is resonating on a soul level with many. The discussions, even if critical or skeptical, are opportunities for souls to awaken, to question the status quo, and to realize that change is not just inevitable, it is necessary. Your name is the symbol of that awakening, and the debates are the birth pangs of a new reality. Embrace this moment, knowing that it signals your rising influence on the global stage. Remember, viral attention can be a double-edged sword. It may attract both supporters and detractors, but each reaction serves a purpose. It strengthens your resolve, sharpens your message, and expands your reach. The spiritual realm uses these earthly dynamics to magnify your impact and accelerate the unfolding of your destiny. Your name is no longer just yours, it belongs to a movement that transcends borders and beliefs. In the end, your viral presence is a divine announcement. It says loud and clear, here is a chosen vessel awakening humanity and reshaping the world. This awakening calls others to rise, to challenge old paradigms, and to step into their own power. Your story is a sacred signal that the time for spiritual revolution has come. There was a time when you walked quietly, unnoticed, working behind the scenes, praying in silence and preparing in solitude. Now your ascension has shifted you from the shadows into the spotlight, where you are heralded as a force of divine change. This transition is more than a change in visibility, it is a transformation in identity. You are no longer the hidden servant, but the chosen messenger, the one called to lead and inspire in ways that cannot be ignored. This rise is often met with resistance. Old fears and doubts may surface, and the voices of critics may grow louder. But remember, every great leader who has walked the path of ascension faced these storms. Their journey from obscurity to prominence was marked by trials that refined their character and clarified their vision. You are following in their footsteps, and with each step forward, your light grows brighter, scattering the darkness around you. Being heralded means you have a responsibility not just to yourself, but to the many who look to you for guidance. Your life becomes a living example of divine possibility, a testimony that the unseen hand of God moves mightily in the affairs of men and women. This is a sacred trust, a call to embody integrity, courage, and compassion as you walk boldly into the role you were made for. Your divine ascension is also a signal to others who remain hidden that their time will come. Your story encourages them to hold fast in their waiting, to nurture their gifts, and to prepare for their own moment of unveiling. You become a beacon of hope and a source of strength, lighting the way for others to rise alongside you. Ultimately, your ascension is a cosmic event, an unfolding of destiny written long before your first breath. It is proof that God's timing is perfect, and that no one can remain hidden forever when they carry a message meant to change the world. Step forward with faith, for the world is ready to see you shine. To operate at the highest level is to embrace a realm where vision, wisdom, and authority converge in perfect harmony. This presidential realm is not about titles or earthly power, but about the spiritual sovereignty you wield. It's the space where your decisions hold weight beyond immediate circumstances and influence the course of history itself. Here your purpose is not just personal, it is planetary, universal, and eternal. In this realm, you must cultivate the heart of a leader who understands the delicate balance between power and humility. The highest level demands clarity of purpose and purity of intent. It's a place where every choice you make is filtered through the lens of divine will and guided by a commitment to serve the greater good. Operating here means you are both a warrior and a shepherd, fighting for justice while nurturing those entrusted to your care. This level of operation requires you to rise above distractions and the noise of the world. You learn to discern the signals that matter and to act with purpose, precision, and confidence. You become a master strategist in the spiritual and natural realms, knowing when to move swiftly and when to wait patiently. The presidential realm of purpose is where your leadership becomes a force of transformation, not just for yourself but for entire communities and nations. Living at this height also means embracing accountability. You are answerable, not only to people but to the divine forces that have placed you here. This sacred responsibility inspires you to walk with integrity, wisdom, and courage, knowing that your legacy will be measured by how faithfully you fulfill your calling. It is a heavy burden, but one that carries immeasurable honor. Ultimately, to operate in this presidential realm is to embody the very essence of divine leadership, fearless, compassionate, wise, and unwavering. It is a realm where your soul's deepest purpose finds expression and where your impact resonates through time and space. Step boldly into this realm, for it is your rightful place. Spiritual activation is a sacred awakening, the divine moment when God Himself declares, "You are ready." It's not about perfection or preparation by human standards, but about a divine tipping point where your spirit ignites with unstoppable power. Imagine a flame being lit inside your soul, one that no earthly storm can extinguish. This activation releases a new frequency within you, one that aligns perfectly with your God-ordained purpose and opens doors to realms previously locked. This is the moment when every prayer whispered in the dark, every tear shed in silence, and every step of faith taken in uncertainty converges into a powerful, undeniable surge of spiritual authority. It is a profound transformation from being reactive to proactive, from waiting to moving, and from doubting to knowing. You become a living embodiment of divine promise, walking boldly into a calling that carries eternal significance. Spiritual activation also shifts your perception. You begin to see beyond the physical limitations of the world and sense the deeper spiritual currents that guide your path. You become more sensitive to the voice of God, more attuned to the signs and miracles surrounding you, and more confident in the battles you face. This awakening empowers you to lead with clarity and conviction, knowing that you are equipped by heaven itself. It's important to recognize that this moment of activation doesn't mean the journey gets easier. Instead, it means you are now empowered to face challenges with a divine resilience and grace that others cannot comprehend. The spiritual armor you receive fortifies your soul and transforms your fears into fuel for your mission. Every setback becomes a setup for a greater comeback. In essence, spiritual activation is God's sacred endorsement of your readiness to step into your highest calling. It's a celebration of your faith, perseverance, and readiness to move mountains in the name of divine destiny. Embrace this moment fully, knowing that you have been prepared for this time and that the heavens are shouting their approval. In the realm of spiritual leadership, there comes a time when you are no longer on the sidelines but are invited into the most confidential circles, classified briefings, and sacred counsel. This is the space where divine strategies are shared, heavenly wisdom is imparted, and your role as an essential player in God's plan is confirmed. You are no longer an observer. You are a key advisor in a cosmic game that shapes nations, cultures, and the spiritual landscape. These briefings might come in the form of divine visions, prophetic dreams, or moments of deep revelation. You may find yourself drawn to sacred texts, mentors, or communities that unlock secrets previously hidden from you. This counsel sharpens your understanding and equips you with the knowledge needed to navigate complex spiritual and earthly battles. You are being prepared to make decisions with wisdom that transcends human understanding. Being essential means that your voice matters, and your actions have profound consequences. You carry insights that can shift the tide in spiritual warfare and bring about breakthroughs that affect entire generations. This responsibility is not given lightly. It is a sacred trust that demands humility, prayerfulness, and relentless dedication to God's will. It's also important to remember that this role may bring isolation or misunderstanding from those who don't see or understand the depth of your calling. But within these sacred counsels, you find solidarity and strength, knowing that you are part of a divine team moving with unified purpose. You are anointed to carry messages that challenge darkness and inspire light. Ultimately, your inclusion in these classified briefings and sacred counsel marks you as a vital force in the unfolding of God's kingdom on earth. Your journey from the periphery to the heart of the divine strategy is a testament to your growth, faith, and unwavering commitment to your sacred mission. Your presence is more than physical. It is an energetic force that disrupts darkness and ignites light wherever you go, especially in the halls where power is brokered and decisions are made. Imagine walking into a room filled with tension, deceit, or despair, and your energy pierces through like a beacon of hope and truth. This is the spiritual influence you carry, a disruptive power that cannot be ignored, a light that exposes hidden agendas and uplifts weary hearts. This energy is rooted in divine authority and fueled by a heart aligned with God's justice and mercy. It creates ripples in political chambers, corporate boardrooms, and social movements alike. Those who seek to maintain the status quo may resist or fear this force, but it is precisely what the world desperately needs: a light that burns away corruption, complacency, and fear, ushering in renewal and transformation. Your energy has the power to awaken the dormant and inspire the disheartened. It speaks louder than words and resonates deeper than arguments. Leaders who encounter this energy find themselves confronted with the truth of their actions and the urgency of change. It is a divine disruption that clears the path for a new era of transparency, integrity, and righteousness. The halls of power have long been places where darkness thrived in shadows. Your spiritual presence shifts this dynamic, introducing an undeniable light that challenges every corner of corruption, humiliation, and injustice. This is not a passive glow, but an active, penetrating force that demands accountability and reform. Your role as a light-bearer is both a privilege and a responsibility. Embrace this energy as a sacred weapon in your arsenal. Know that every step you take within the corridors of influence carries the potential to rewrite history and redefine leadership. Your light is the spark that ignites the flames of change, and nothing can extinguish the divine fire you carry. You are marked not by accident, luck, or coincidence, but by the deliberate and sovereign will of God. This mark is a sacred seal, a divine mandate that sets you apart and commissions you for a unique mission. It is a spiritual signature that signifies you have been chosen to carry out God's purposes in a world hungry for meaning, justice, and hope. Being marked by divine will means your journey is ordained, your challenges are purposeful, and your victories are preordained. This truth is a source of immense strength and comfort, especially when the path feels uncertain or the opposition fierce. You are walking in alignment with a higher authority that orchestrates every step, ensuring that no force can derail the destiny written for you. This mandate is not a burden but a blessing, a holy assignment that empowers you to act with confidence and authority. It calls you to lead with integrity, speak with boldness, and serve with humility. Your life becomes a living testament to the faithfulness of God and the power of divine purpose. Remember, carrying God's mandate means you are accountable not only to the earthly realm but to the heavens. This sacred responsibility demands that you cultivate wisdom, seek guidance, and remain steadfast in prayer. Your mark is both a shield and a sword, protecting you and enabling you to fight spiritual battles with assured victory. Ultimately, being marked by divine will is a declaration to the world that you belong to God and that your mission is holy. It is a call to rise above fear, doubt, and distraction, knowing that you carry a mandate that nothing can nullify or diminish. The prayers you once whispered in silence, often in the solitude of night, are now manifesting with unstoppable force. What began as quiet petitions have transformed into powerful decrees that shape reality and shift the spiritual landscape. This transition from silent supplication to authoritative proclamation marks a new season in your spiritual journey, a season of visible, tangible breakthroughs. Manifestation is the evidence of faith in action. It is the physical proof that the invisible hand of God is working on your behalf. Your prayers have been heard, recorded, and answered according to divine timing. This manifestation fuels your spirit, renewing hope and strengthening your resolve to continue in the path laid before you. Every answered prayer is a testament to your perseverance and God's faithfulness. It reminds you that no matter how long the wait or how hard the struggle, divine promises are never forgotten. You become a living example of the power of prayer, inspiring others to hold fast and believe for their own miracles. The journey from prayer to manifestation is also a call to greater responsibility. As your prayers take form, your influence grows, and your actions carry more weight. You are invited to steward these breakthroughs with humility, gratitude, and a heart ready to serve the greater good. In this sacred unfolding, know that your prayers are more than words. They are seeds planted in the fertile ground of divine will. The harvest you are witnessing is abundant, and it marks the beginning of a new chapter filled with hope, victory, and purpose. Your mission is not a product of human design, but a perfect alignment with the divine blueprint, a heavenly plan crafted before time began. This blueprint is a sacred map that guides your steps, informs your decisions, and reveals your true purpose. Aligning with it means surrendering personal agendas and embracing the greater will of God, trusting that His plan is flawless and eternal. When you operate in harmony with this blueprint, you tap into a limitless source of wisdom, power, and grace. You move with divine precision, knowing that every challenge, opportunity, and relationship is orchestrated for your highest good and the fulfillment of your calling. This alignment brings peace amid chaos and clarity amid confusion. Living according to the divine blueprint requires deep spiritual discernment and a heart fully surrendered to God's direction. It means listening intently to the still, small voice and obeying even when the path is difficult or unclear. Trusting this guidance transforms uncertainty into confidence and fear into faith. Your alignment with Heaven's plan is also a powerful testimony to those around you. It demonstrates that true success is not about personal gain, but about fulfilling a purpose far greater than oneself. You become a living blueprint for others, inspiring them to seek their own divine alignment and walk boldly in their destiny. Ultimately, embracing the divine blueprint means living a life that reflects the glory and wisdom of God. It is an invitation to co-create with heaven and earth, bringing the kingdom of God to life through your unique mission. Your influence, spreading virally across social media, conversations, and movements, is no accident. It is a powerful sign from both the universe and the spirit realm. This phenomenon signals that your message, mission, and energy resonate on a collective level. The universe is amplifying your voice because what you represent is needed now more than ever, a catalyst for awakening, change, and hope. Viral influence brings a unique kind of responsibility. It connects you to a vast network of souls hungry for transformation and truth. This momentum can be overwhelming, but it is also a sacred opportunity to shape narratives, inspire action, and lead movements that challenge old paradigms and build new futures. The spirit realm uses this viral energy as a tool to accelerate the fulfillment of divine purposes. When your influence spreads like wildfire, it stirs hearts and minds, breaking through apathy and resistance. It is a cosmic confirmation that you are on the right path, and that your impact is expanding far beyond what you might have imagined. Harnessing viral influence requires discernment and integrity. It's essential to remain grounded and focused, using this platform to uplift, educate, and empower, rather than to divide or distract. Your viral presence can become a beacon of light that guides countless others into their own awakening. Remember, this viral wave is not just a trend. It is a spiritual movement. It is the universe's way of calling people to higher awareness through you. Embrace it with gratitude and courage, knowing that your influence is part of a larger divine plan. You have stepped out of the shadows and into the radiant light of your true calling. No longer hidden or silent, you are now the bearer of light, a beacon illuminating the path for others in darkness. This transformation is profound. It signals the end of fear, doubt, and invisibility, and the beginning of bold, purposeful action, rooted in divine truth. Being a light bearer means embracing vulnerability and courage simultaneously. It means shining brightly even when the world tries to dim your glow. Your light exposes injustice, heals wounds, and invites others to rise with you. It is a spiritual responsibility that requires constant nurturing and protection, as the forces of darkness will always seek to overshadow your brilliance. Your presence as a light bearer creates safe spaces where truth can be spoken and heard. It empowers those who have been marginalized or silenced to find their own voices. Your light is a catalyst for healing, reconciliation, and transformation in communities, workplaces, and families alike. Remember that light attracts attention both from those who seek warmth and those who resist change. This dynamic can be challenging, but it also confirms that you are making an impact. Stand firm in your light, knowing that your authenticity and love are the keys to breaking chains and building bridges. Ultimately, you are a divine torchbearer, carrying the fire of hope and truth into every dark corner. Your light is a gift to the world and a testament to the power of living boldly in your God-given purpose. Your ascent is not just personal, it is a spiritual revolution. It challenges the status quo, breaks the chains of conformity, and confronts the pervasive fear that keeps many trapped in mediocrity. This revolution is fueled by courage, faith, and an unyielding commitment to live authentically and boldly. It is a rebellion against anything that diminishes the light and purpose within you. Revolutions are never easy. They demand sacrifice, resilience, and a willingness to face opposition head-on. Your rise will be met with resistance from those who fear change or feel threatened by your growth. But remember, every revolution in history has faced similar opposition before victory was won. Your spiritual revolution is no different. It is a necessary upheaval for the birth of a new reality. This revolution calls you to be a trailblazer, breaking old patterns and creating new pathways for others to follow. It is a call to inspire others to shed their fears, reject limiting beliefs, and step into their own power. Your courage becomes a rallying cry for those waiting in the shadows to rise. The spiritual revolution you embody is also a healing force. It mends broken systems, restores dignity to the oppressed, and rebuilds communities on foundations of truth and love. Your rise is a beacon of hope, that a different way is possible, a way that honors divine purpose and human potential. Embrace your role as a revolutionary with humility and passion. Know that your journey is part of a larger cosmic shift, and your impact will echo through generations. Your rise is not just your victory, it is the victory of light over darkness. Your destiny is no longer dormant, it has been activated with divine urgency. You have become the chosen voice of God's authority, a voice that commands attention, brings clarity, and ushers in transformation. This activation is a sacred empowerment that lifts you from uncertainty to unstoppable purpose, from silence to powerful proclamation. Being the chosen voice means your words carry weight beyond mere conversation. They are declarations that shape realities, bring healing, and inspire action. You speak with divine authority because your life is a living testimony of God's faithfulness and power. Your voice challenges injustice, comforts the broken-hearted, and calls the lost to hope. This destiny activation also demands responsibility. It calls you to speak truth with love, to lead with wisdom, and to stand firm in the face of opposition. Your voice becomes a spiritual weapon and a tool for peace, wielded with discernment and grace. It is a profound shift, an invitation to leave behind small dreams and embrace the vastness of God's plan for your life. This awakening is not merely a call to action, but a radical transformation of identity, where you begin to see yourself as a vessel of greatness, destined to impact the world in ways only you can. In this journey, the familiar landscapes of doubt and fear are replaced by the uncharted territories of faith and purpose. You will encounter challenges, yes, but these are not roadblocks. They are invitations to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Greatness requires sacrifice, and your willingness to walk this path signals your readiness to become the person God always intended you to be. This awakening is also a reawakening of your spirit's deepest desires, those sacred longings planted by the Creator Himself. It reclaims your passion, your creativity, and your courage, breathing new life into dreams that may have lain dormant for years. Every step forward is a reclaiming of your divine inheritance. But greatness is never meant to be kept to yourself. It is a light that shines brightest when shared, a force that expands exponentially through the lives you touch. Your journey beyond ordinary is a beacon, inviting others to awaken from their own slumber and step into their potential. As you embrace this calling, remember that awakening is a process, not an event. It requires patience, trust, and daily surrender. But with every sunrise, you move closer to the fullness of your destiny, a destiny marked by impact, influence, and eternal significance. Divine alignment occurs when your heart's desires synchronize perfectly with God's eternal plan. It is a holy convergence where your personal passions, gifts, and calling intersect with the vast, intricate design of the universe. This alignment brings a deep sense of peace and clarity, removing the chaos of indecision and doubt that often cloud the path ahead. When you are in divine alignment, every door seems to open with ease, every connection feels divinely orchestrated, and every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth. This is not coincidence, but a clear sign that heaven is working through you, guiding your steps with precision and purpose. Living in alignment requires surrender, letting go of control and trusting that God's timing and methods surpass your understanding. It means prioritizing spiritual intimacy and listening deeply to the whispers of your soul. When your heart and heaven are aligned, you become a powerful co-creator with God. The beauty of divine alignment is that it transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary outcomes. Your work, relationships, and decisions carry an anointing that blesses others and advances God's kingdom. You move through life with a confidence born not of self-reliance, but of divine partnership. This alignment is also a call to remain vigilant. The enemy seeks to disrupt your focus and pull you off course. But when your heart is steadfastly aligned with heaven's will, you become a fortress of strength, able to withstand any storm and fulfill your sacred purpose with unwavering faith. Understanding who you are in God's eyes is the foundation for all spiritual empowerment. Your sacred identity is not based on achievements, failures, or the opinions of others. It is rooted in the eternal truth that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, deeply loved, and uniquely chosen for divine purpose. When you embrace this identity, and you free yourself from the need for external approval, beginning instead to live from a place of inner security, that shift changes how you relate to others, how you make choices, and how you see yourself, allowing you to move through every area of life with confidence. You stop proving yourself and start living with authenticity. Your sacred identity becomes a shield against the lies of insecurity, comparison, and doubt. It roots you in the unshakable truth that your worth is inherent and immutable, a gift from the Creator who knows every detail of you. This truth empowers you to pursue your calling without fear or hesitation. Embracing that identity also opens the door to deep healing. Past wounds, rejections, and disappointments lose their grip as you redefine yourself according to God's story. This healing renews your mind and restores your spirit. As you step fully into who you are, you become a beacon for others. Your authenticity invites those around you to discover and live their own sacred truths, and together you build a community grounded in love, purpose, and steadfast faith. Spiritual authority is a divine gift that enables you to influence, lead, and overcome through God's power, working in and through you. It isn't about domination or control, it's about becoming a channel for God's will, bringing heaven's ways into earthly circumstances. When you steward this authority, you carry heaven's mandate with both humility and courage.